This conference will now be recorded.
Okay.
Can you
Java.
repeat it one more time? And can you go a little slow?
Yes, Saurav, could you please come again?
Yeah, can you repeat the process one more time, and can you like do it a little slow?
Sure. Yeah, guys, just like stop me if I am going too fast. Okay. Yeah. So here, open the environment variable. That is the system properties. Okay. Click on the environment variables. Okay. So there will be two variables will be there. One is user variables. One is system variables. Okay. So in the system variables, okay, if you already install the Java means the Java home path will be already set actually. Okay. So if it is there means you can edit it and set up the new path. Okay. If you install the new version. Okay. Give the variable path. Okay. So you need to go to the installed folder of the Java. Okay, the JRE folder, copy this path and then paste it here. That's all. Click on OK. Okay. Next, if you scroll down a little bit, there is another variable known as path. Okay, the system variable. There will be one more variable in the system variable itself that is known as the path. Okay, click on edit here. Okay, so here you need to give the bin folder also. That means you need to go to the bin and then copy this path. You need to give it here. Okay, so click on the new and then give it here. Okay, did you get it now, Saurabh?
Yes.
Okay, is it clear right now? Yeah. Okay, so click on OK, click on OK, click on OK. Now the Java environment variable, that means Java should be installed. This one is done. Even environment variable also should be done. Okay, so it's also done. Now what is that? We can go directly install the Federate. Okay, so where we download that one, so go to that one. This is the one which I downloaded. Double click on that. Okay, so here the setup file will be open. Okay, so click on next here. Okay, so this error will get pop up because I'm using the Windows 10 version, but that is not a problem. Click on OK. Obviously it will get to the next step. Okay, so here there are three optional operational mode are there. Okay, one is standalone, one is clustered admin node, another one is clustered runtime node. Okay, so here we are going to start with the standalone mode. Okay, so in the last class of the ping Federate, right, we will do the clustering part. Okay, the clustering is nothing but that is the cluster admin node, cluster runtime node. Okay, so here in ping Federate, right, there are two nodes are there. One is admin console, one is engine node. Okay, so engine node will take care of the authentication for the users, like throwing the login page for the user or getting the username and password from the user. So those kind of operations will be taken care by the runtime node or else engine node. Okay, one more thing is that admin node. Okay, so admin node will take care of, we need to configure, right? So whatever the configurations we are going to do it for the, I mean, SAML configurations or OAuth configurations. Okay, so whatever the configuration we are going to do it, uploading the license file. Okay, everything with respective of the administrator operations, it will be done in the admin console. Okay, so here we are going to run both the admin node as well as the engine node in a standalone mode in a single service. Okay, so later when we maybe like in the last class we will do the clustering. Okay, yeah, so we'll start with the standalone. Okay, choose a standalone and click on next. Okay, so here admin port and engine port, you need to specify the admin port as well as the engine port also. Okay, so here admin port is nothing but it will used to run the admin console of the ping Federate. Okay, so here the default port will be 9999. Okay, the default port will be 9999, or else you can also give whatever like 9000, or you can also give 99900. You can also give 99998 and then 99997. Okay, so whatever we want in the 9 you can also give. Even you can also give it like 8999 also, or else 8998. So this kind of a port we can able to give it. So this is doesn't matter. Okay, so here as of now we can go with the default port itself 9999. Click on next. So okay, so once you click on next, so it will ask you to give the engine port. Okay, so here engine port will be the default engine port. Engine port is that 9031. Okay, So here you can also give 8031, 7031, or 9032, 9033. Like that, you can also give whatever you want. Okay, so here we can go with the 9031. Okay, so here, since it is a standalone mode, and since it is we are having a, we are going to install the ping Federate in a single machine, right? So we don't need the secondary port actually. So it's an optional, so we can leave it as it is. Click on next. Okay, so here the install ping Federate on default path actually, so I'm going to give the default path only. So if you want to change it, means you can also change the path actually. This is just a normal installation. While I mean, we will be installing any kind of a games or any kind of a exe file, right? So the installation will be the similar type of installation only. Okay, you don't need to worry about it. Okay, so here click on next. So once you click on next, you need to install it. Okay, so note that point. Okay, whenever you are installing ping Federate, okay, not only as a testing purposes, if you are implementing in any kind of enterprise or organization, right, you have to install the ping Federate as an administrator only, not as a normal user. Okay, whenever you are doing anything in ping Federate, if you are going to install any ping Federate in any server, it may be like a Windows or it may be like a Linux. Okay, anything if you want to install, means you have to do with the administrator privileges only, not as a normal user. Okay, because ping Federate is a will be running in the backend service actually. Okay, so if you are a normal user, means you will be having, I mean, if you install a ping Federate in a normal service, means you will, the normal user can able to switch on or switch off the services. Okay, it should be the administrator, so that they can't able to do any kind of a backend kind of I mean, like changes or configuration changes like that. Okay, so in
Karthik,
order to, yes,
so are we supposed to follow you along while doing this installation?
sorry.
Like, do you want us to do the installations with you, just the way you are doing it right now? Or do you
No,
want
no,
us
no.
to
You
do
can also do it in the. I mean, you can also do it in your free time. Okay, that is not a problem. You will be having a, I mean, document as well as that video, right? Video references, everything will be there. So you can install. I mean, you can whatever I'm telling you, right? So you can listen it, or if you want, you can do it now itself, or if you have time in the back end also, you can do it. That's not a
Yeah,
problem. Okay.
I actually want to do it with you because, after the sessions, I won't be able to ask questions. Just won't be here. Is there
Okay.
any
Okay.
way for you to like slow down a little bit and
Mhm.
we follow along and install all this stuff so it will be easier for us to transition every day?
Yes. Yes. Okay. Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
The thing is that, I mean, yeah, if I'm going too fast, you can stop me actually. Whether I'm going too fast.
Yeah, could you do a little slow
Yes,
presentation?
yes, yes. Okay,
Yeah.
sure, sure. Yeah. So here, I mean, till when you have understood it, I mean, the Java installation and then the environment variable, is it clear, right?
Yes, it's clear up to Java installation.
Okay. Okay, so the ping Federate installation, okay, we will just you have to, like, I mean, double click on that MSI file which we have downloaded. Okay, so once you click on it, it will redirect it to you to choose the operational mode. Okay, so there are three kinds of operational mode are there. One is standalone, one is separate admin node, one is separate runtime node. Okay, so there are two nodes are there in ping Federate. Okay, one is admin console, one is engine node. Okay, so admin console, whatever the administrator operations like configuring the SAML, configuring the OAuth, or any kind of a configurations, uploading the license file, creating a user, not creating a user, creating the adapters or anything, whatever the components in ping Federate, if you want to configure anything, which you will be doing in the admin console. Okay, engine node is basically for the users. Okay, so the users will try to authenticate it actually. Okay, they will type the username and password. So the engine node will get the credentials for the user or will throw the login page for the user, so it will be visible, I mean, visible to the user. Okay, that it will be transparent to the user. The admin console won't be available for the user, so that is the difference. In admin node, it's just whatever the configuration, whatever the administrator operations or development activities, we can able to do it in the admin console, so there will be separate service for that. So similarly for runtime node, so the runtime node means, okay, so it will use the to like get the user credentials or it will also use to get the throw the login page for the user. It will be visible to the user actually, basically. Okay, so we will see that the difference between the URLs actually. Okay, we will see once we have installed the ping parade, we can able to see the differences. Okay, yeah. So here, as of now, we are going to do it as a standalone. Okay, so there is a subtopic known as clustering actually. Okay, we will do it in the last class. Okay, because the clustering, right, it will hold much larger size of our machine actually. Okay, so that's why I have moved that clustering into the last class. Okay, yeah.
So
So choose a
I have a question. So on the client side, like if you are installing this one, like would you be going with a standalone mode or clustered mode, or if I
Yeah.
was to
So
set
if
it
it
up
is
like
a
that?
yes, so if it is a lower environment, if it is a dev environment, okay. If it is a dev environment, you can go with the standalone. Standalone. So it's basically based on the client requirements only. Okay. So see, if the client holds the user base of 10,000 or like 100K users or 200K users or half a million users. Okay. So in that case means you should not go with a single server. Okay, so you should have to install the ping parade in a multiple servers, like whatever we are installing right in a single machine, you have to do the same steps in the multiple machines also. Okay, so in that case means you can go with the clustered admin node as well as the clustered runtime node. You don't need multiple admin consoles actually. Okay, you will be needing only one admin console, but you will be needing the multiple runtime nodes actually. Okay, the admin console is not visible or is not used for the users actually. Okay, the users will be able to see our runtime URL only, not the admin URL. Okay, so I would recommend to go with the multiple engines. Like if it is a half a million users going to access your access your client means, okay, so you can go with the two servers is enough for that. Okay, so you can install, you can give it one standalone in your one server, you can install ping parade as a standalone in one server. In another server you can directly install only the cluster runtime node. Okay, so what are the configuration changes needs to be done in the backend, I will show you in the clustering. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. So here we are going to go with the standalone. Okay, click on next. So if it is more than half a million users, maybe like a 3 million users or 30 lakhs users means, you can go with another two servers, four servers like that actually. But two servers is enough for handling half a million users. Okay, yeah. Click on standalone and then click on next. So here the admin port, the admin console should be running on this port actually. So that is why it has been mentioned as a HTTPS port. Okay, so it's just a URL. In that URL we will be specifying this port number. Okay, so the default port will be 9999. You can also give 9000 or 9900 or anything whatever we want actually. Okay, so that's not a problem again. So once you chosen that default port, click on next. So here it will ask you to give the HTTPS port for the engine. Okay, so here the engine port, the default port is 9031, default port for the engine node. Okay, so it's 9031. Okay, so that is the default port. You can also give it like 7031 or 8031 or 9032, 9033. So if you are installing the engine node in a second server, okay, you can give that HTTPS port as 9032. So you are going to install a ping parade in another server also 9033. So you can give it like that actually, so that you can able to track all the port of your engines. Okay, so click on next. Okay, so here you have to specify the path where we can install the ping parade. Okay, so if you are trying to install in your in your organization or implementing any kind of a ping parade, right? So for that you can specify any different path for this ping parade also, or else you can also give it in the OS drive itself. Okay, so basically if you are implementing a ping parade, basically if you are implementing a Windows server means the local disk C, right? It will consider as a OS drive actually. Okay, so you can also give it in the OS drive. Okay, it's not an it's not necessary to go with any other different drives actually. Okay, so that is basically your wish only. Okay, yeah. If no one will be accessing that server means, you are good to go with the installing in the OS drive itself. Okay, click on next again. So one more thing, okay, so whenever you will be doing the ping federate, automatically it will get the administrator privileges only. Okay, when you are installing the ping federate, right, automatically it will go for the administrator privilege. So here you could see, right, automatically it is asking to admin to approve the installation. You could see, right, there is an administrator symbol while installing. I mean, there is a administrator symbol in the button of the install, right? So here obviously automatically it will take the administrator only. So why? Because means the ping federate requires the administrator privilege only. Okay, so whenever if you try to install in your organization, right, just try to install it in the admin privileges. Okay, even if it is if it is a Linux server, means do the root account, that is sudo space su. Okay, okay, click on install here. So here it will take couple of minutes to get installed. Okay, obviously it is asking me to give, I mean asking me for the administrator approval, so I gave yes. So it started installing the application. Okay, so till now you guys are following, right? Any doubts till now?
So it looks like mine got installed, but
Okay, good.
but I didn't see any application or anything on my system, but I think it's installed. So we
You
access
already
it through
installed?
the, yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. So okay, yeah. After installation, it will redirect you like this actually. Like this is a, don't get worried about the URL actually. So it's taking my I think machine name, I think so, the host name of our ping federate. Okay. So here this URL will be automatically come up. Okay. So click on this URL. Okay. Click on this URL. Okay. Just copy this URL and close this one. Okay, click on finish here. Okay, click on finish here. Okay, so the installation has been done. So to verify it, go to the services, open the services of your machine. So here go to the ping federate. So here you could see, right, the ping federate service is running. So it's a federation services running, right? So it has been set to the automatic. Okay, so for verification you can go and check in the backend of the services to check whether the ping federate service is running or not. Now the service is running, right? The URL which you have got after installation, right, try to open that URL in the Chrome browser. Okay, close every other browsers, don't require anything. Okay, just try to hit this one. Okay, paste this one, enter. Okay, so here this one certificate, because we are not having any kind of a any kind of a third party issued certificate authority, right? So this one is a self signed certificate, will automatically create when you try to install the ping federate. Okay, so you can click on advanced. I will tell you how to remove this certificate exception error actually. Okay, so here click on proceed to the this URL. Once you proceeded, so it will ask you to accept the terms and condition. Okay, so these are normal terms and conditions, you can read it out and then click on accept. Okay, so here there will be two options will be there. Okay, so here we are going to go with the ping federate only, so we are not having a ping one setup, or we don't have an enterprise. So here we are going with a no setup without the ping one. Okay, so ping one is a totally different tool actually. Okay, yeah, click on next. So you have to give the no and then click on next. So here, as I already downloaded that license file, right? So we need to choose that file. Okay, because if we don't have the license, right, we can't able to proceed it. Okay, so choose the file which you have downloaded. Okay, which you have downloaded now. Click on that license file and then click on next. Okay, so here this is the base URL. Okay, so this is the base URL, means this is a engine node URL. Okay, so as I already mentioned, the admin console will have the 9999 port and then the engine node will have 9031, right? Because while installation we have given this port number 99999031. So we have given this one, right? So that is why it has been come up. Okay, so this URL will be visible to the users. Okay, so this URL will be accessible when you try to authenticate the user, or it will throw the login page for the users. Okay, we will tell you. So this is the totally different one. Okay, now 9999 is only for the admin console, 9031 for the engine node. Okay, so this entity ID, So here entity ID is nothing but it's a unique ID. Okay. So basically, when we are going to do the federation, right? So we are, I mean, in Ping Federate, we are enabling the federated single sign-on. That means federation between the two different organizations. Okay. So here, the communication between that, communication between the two different entities, right? So it will happen based on the unique ID actually. Okay, so in the application side, they will be, okay, let's take an example. Okay, so you are working in a ABC Technologies. Okay, so by using your ABC Technologies email address, you can able to access the Microsoft Teams. Okay, so here ABC Technologies is one organization, and then Microsoft is another organization, right? So here in ABC Technologies, you will be having one unique ID. Okay, similarly in Microsoft, they will be having one unique ID. So exchange of that unique ID, right? So based on that unique ID, the communication between the one organization to the another organization, it will happen. Okay, so here let's say we are all part of a ABC Technologies. Okay, so here we are the identity provider. Okay, so we are working in a ABC Technologies. Okay, so we are going to enable a SSO for a different applications. Okay, so here we are ABC Technologies will act as a identity. So that means our side we need to configure one entity ID or a unique ID. So that unique ID we will be configuring in the ping federate. Okay, so here like that we can give like ping hyphen test. Okay, so we are giving entity ID like this. Okay, click on next. So once you click on the next, so here as of now we know we don't want to start the configuration now. Okay, we will be seeing all the basic things like a SAML configuration and the components which are available in the ping period. We will see those things and then we will come back to configure the IDP connections or SP connections. Okay, yeah, click on next. So here it is asking you to give the administrator username and then the password. Okay, so here when you after you give the password, whenever you try to access this link, right, access this admin console, so you have to type the username as well as the password. Okay, so give administrator, you can also, if you want, you can also change the username. Okay, but as of now I am going to give the same administrator. If you want, you can also change the username and then you can just set up the password here. Okay, set up the password here, password, confirm password, just click on next. So once everything is done, it's just a confirmation, so please check everything is correctly configured or not. Okay, if it is there means you can click on next directly. Okay, so this is a completed, so we have configured initial configuration for the ping federate has been done successfully. Okay, now we can go with the console, click on done, so it will redirect you to the consoles actually. Okay, so here this is the ping federate admin console looks like. Okay, there are like lot of components will be there, we will see one by one. Okay, so as of now, any doubt guys, any doubts while installing the ping federate? Like uploading the license file, like creation of the entity ID, any doubts till now? No, right? Shall we move on to the next one?
I'm not able to install the ping federate. It's giving me an error.
What error? Whether it is showing like it's not installed in the Windows 10 or something like that?
It says supported. Your version of Windows is not supported.
Yes, you can click on OK actually. It will automatically get you to the next page.
So once I do that, it says it needs Java 8 or 11 or
Yes.
higher.
We need to install the Java actually. You already installed the Java? Did you
Yes,
install
I
the
did.
Java?
Yep.
I gave you the URL, right? Did you download it from there?
Yes.
Okay.
Let
could
me
you
check
please?
around. Yeah,
Yeah.
let me try.
Because the Java which I shared you, right, that is the latest version actually. So I think that is, let me check that version. I think it must be more than 300. I mean, it is like 1.8 only, so it is supported from the ping federate.
Yeah, because I already have Java in my computer, but let me try to download from here.
Yes. Sometime, okay, so I forgot to told that. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, So the thing is that the supported version of Java is more than 8 actually. Okay, the OpenJDK 8 or not the normal JRE 1.8 actually. Okay, so it will support that those kind of versions only. Okay.
Okay.
So if it is a lower version, means it will throw an error while installing the PingFed. So others, you guys are following me, right? Manish or Santosh or Prabhakar?
Yes, I'm in the console page.
Okay, good. Okay, yeah. So as of now, like, okay, so shall we wait for, whether Saurav, shall I wait for you or shall I continue?
You can continue. I'll try. I'll just go ahead and try
Yeah.
here.
Okay, yes. So if you have, I mean, any other like issues in the middle of something, means you can tell me. That's not a problem. So here, okay, yeah. So here we have installed the Ping Federate. Okay, so before going into the tour into the Ping Federate, we will. Okay, so what is the next step? So we have installed the Ping Federate. Now what is the next step? LDAP installation. So that is the installation of the LDAP. LDAP is nothing but, okay. So now before going into that, do you know what is LDAP actually?
Maybe it's like a database configuration or something like that.
Yes. So there are two things are there. One is database, that is a JDBC. Okay. Next one is that directory. Okay. So directory is nothing but it's just a storage unit. We can able to create a users or modify the user attributes or delete the users. We can also manage the password storage. Okay. And then we can also like create the attributes. Okay. So let's see on that. Okay. First of all, we will install the LDAP and then we'll continue with the like basics of LDAPs actually. Okay. So I mean, it's not necessary to have a knowledge on LDAP actually. Okay, because there will be a separate team who will be handling the LDAP actually. Okay, like a AD team or there will be like a corporate directory team will be there. Okay, but I'm just telling you, if you, I mean, if you have knowledge on LDAP also, it will be easier for you to the Ping Federate. Okay, yeah. So here, as I already mentioned, right, OpenDJ, that OpenDJ we have downloaded, right? Just extract that one actually. Okay, extract that zip file. Okay, maybe like you can give it in somewhere else also. Select the folder. Okay, extract it. So it will get extracted. So go to the extracted folder. Okay, go to the extracted folder. So this OpenDJ folder will be looks like this actually. Okay, so here it will have the setup.bat file. Okay, setup.bat file. So before going into this installation, just make sure that environment variable has been set up successfully or not with a Java path. Okay, so we already done that step, right? The Java home setup, directory setup, right? Sorry, I mean that home path setup is already done. Okay, because even this OpenDJ also is basically written in the Java code only. So that is why the Java is prerequisite for this installation of the OpenDJ also. Okay, just click on it, right click on the setup.bat file. Okay, run as an administrator. Okay, setup.bat file, run as an administrator. Okay, give the approval. So the installation will get started. Just wait for a couple of minutes, so it will get open. There are like lot of directories are there actually. Okay, so there is a Microsoft Active Directory is there, and then Open DJ is there, Open LDAP is there, Apache Directory Server is there, Oracle Directory Server is there, Oracle Unified Directory is there, Ping Directory is there. Okay, there are like lot of tools are there. Okay, like I mean enterprise tools are there. So here we are going to use the Open DJ. Okay, all the, I mean, all the enterprise tools which I mentioned, right? Microsoft Active Directory, OpenDJ, OpenLDAP, Apache Directory Server. Okay, so here OpenDJ is also a licensed enterprise version, but which is a free source. Okay, yeah. Click on next here. So here it's just a fully qualified host name. So if you want, you can also change the fully qualified host name, or else you can also keep the same it is. And then LDAP listener port. See, so here the LDAP, right? So LDAP is a directory protocol. So you should have to communicate. Okay, we have to like create the user or we have to delete the user, right? How can we communicate with that? Okay, we need some kind of a port to communicate it, right? So obviously the LDAP will be listened on the port 389 actually. Okay, you have to note this point. Okay, the LDAP will run on the port 389. Okay, So this one is a not secured port actually. Okay, this is a not secured port, that is without SSL. Without SSL. So here you can also mention 389, 1389, 2389, 3389, 4388, like that. You can also give it any port number you want. Okay. Next, LDAP. There is one more port known as 636. Okay, 636. This one LDAP with secured. LDAP with secured. This is known as the LDAP PS port number. Okay, so we will be telling this. I mean, we will be saying this as a LDAP PS. Okay, so that means LDAP with a secured one. This one is a without SSL. This one with SSL. Okay, so LDAP can communicate both without SSL and then with SSL also. So here we are going to configure both the things. One is with SSL and then the without SSL also. So here LDAP, this is a default port. 389 will be acting as a default one. So if you, here you could see, right, LDAP secure access. So here we need to configure the LDAP PS. Okay, configure it. So here enable SSL on port number 636. Enable that one. So here generate self-signed certificate. Even start TLS encryption also we can also give it. Okay, start TLS is one of the encryption method. So whenever it will be communicating on the LDAP 636 port, even the encryption will also switch it on. Okay, yeah. Next, this one, if you want to run the LDAP on 636 port, means it requires one kind of a certificate. Okay, so as of now we don't have any kind of a certificate authority, right? So we can create a self-signed certificate. Okay, so here it's for recommended for the testing purposes. So if you are going with a enterprise, means you can go with a like third-party certificate authority. You can use the existing certificate, give the path of that certificate. Okay, yeah, click on OK. So once it is done, this will be considered as a root user or administrator user that will be used to connect to the LDAP and create a users actually. Okay, so this one will be considered as a root user. CN is equal to directory manager. Okay, give the password for the admin account. Give the password for the admin account. So once you give the password, just click on next. Okay, yeah, you have to give the host name, you have to give the LDAP port 389, you have to enable the SSL also, and then you have to give the root user and then password. Click on next. Okay, so here this is a standalone only, so we are not going to install the LDAP in two servers. It doesn't require actually. Okay, so we can install in a single one. So that is it will be considered as a standalone server. Okay, choose this option and then click on next. So here this is the most important step actually. So here this is the directory based DN. So here base DN is nothing but it's a root one. Okay, root. Okay, so before going to before going to this one, so here in that LDAP, right, LDAP will follow the do you know that search tree, binary search tree? Do you know tree structure? So how the tree structure will be there? So here, I mean, if it is a tree, means there will be one root will be there, and then branches will be there. For that branches, there will be sub branches will be there, right? So this is a directory based DN is nothing but it will be considered as a root one. Okay, so data center is equal to example comma data center is equal to com. So if you want, you can also change the data center name actually. Okay, so here this one, okay, for example, if you are working as a ABC technologist, right? So abc.com dc equal to abc comma dc equal to com will act as a parent one, parent instance, that is a root instance. Okay, that is a root one. Okay, under that dc equal to abc comma dc equal to com, it will be like all the branches you can able to create it. Okay, I will tell you like with a detailed diagrammatic representation after installation of this directory server. So here leave, there are like lot of three options will be there. One is leave database empty, only creating this base entry, or if you want to import the data, we can also do it, but here we don't have the data, right? So here import automatically generated sample data. So automatically it will create some users actually. It will create automatically some users. We can delete the 2000, we can have 10. Okay, we don't have to like increase the database size. Okay, we can give 10. Click on next. So here this will be the server runtime settings, and then import runtime settings will be the default one. Click on next. So once it is done, you need to run the server as a Windows service. Okay, so we are going to run the like our directory server as a Windows service. Choose this option and then click on finish. So here it will get start installing. Let's hope whether it will throw any error or not. Okay, because like multiple times I have installed it in this machine actually. Like I think it's I think 15th time I have installed this OpenDJ services actually. Like deleted and installed, like uninstalled and installed again. So here the import, I mean configuring the certificates has done, configuring the directory server is done. So here everything has been done successfully. Here you could see, right, everything has been done successfully. Okay, so here launch control panel is there, right? Click on the launch control panel. So here you can go and create a users and everything. Okay, so you need to connect to that LDAP. Okay, so you have to use that root user which you have created and then the password. Okay, okay, click on OK. So once it is done, all the details which you have configured, right, the host name and then the administrator user, that is a like root account, and then the installation of that OpenDJ version of that, and then Java version which you have installed, right, and then 389 port is that LDAP, right, with encryption, and then LDAP-PS is a 636 port. Okay, yeah. Next one is that if you click on the manage entries on the top left corner, click on it. Okay, so here it will throw a certificate exception actually, because we have used a self-signed certificate. That is why it is throwing a certificate exception, but that is fine. Click on the accept permanently. So here you can able to see that DC has been created, that base DN, right, we have created. I mean DC equal to example comma DC equal to com. Okay, under that one, so here these are the 10 users which has been automatically generated. Okay, so here we, as of now, we don't have to create any users. Okay, we will see how to create a user in the next class. Okay, before that we need to see the LDAP basics actually. Okay, like what is this, what is, first of all we need to understand what is this base DN actually, and then we need to see what is the administrator user and what is this organization unit, right? We will be seeing those things, and then we will start creating a user, and then we will continue with the ping Federate. Okay, as of now, any doubts guys till now? Any doubt while installing this OpenDJ?
I got stuck on one, so I think I'll try later.
Mhm.
You
installed?
I just got, yeah, on the OpenDJ. I was on the server settings, and I think it
Okay, good,
faster,
good,
so
good.
I couldn't catch up.
Yes. Okay, good, Manish. Yeah. So everyone is following me, right? Like whatever we did today. Okay. So we'll continue tomorrow again with fresh. I mean, we as of now we did all the installation actually. So tomorrow, what we are going to do, like we will start with the basics of LDAP, and then we'll start with the components basics of